I'm gonna check the internets. I gotta start up my OnlyFans.
It's for the greater good, right?
We're trying
and all that shit.
We're trying to be a positive influence on the world here. Now take off your britches.
Trying to.
Everybody wants to be something they're not and have shit they ain't got. Don't be a dick. Don't be an asshole. Just be nice. You don't have to be that guy. Show some respect. Just be a person. Love one.
We don't go with oldies. I'm the only oldie allowed to be here.
Excuse me? Are you gatekeeping music?
No, if we're gonna go,
Gatekeeping?
if we're gonna go rolling, we're gonna go with
rolling. Yeah.
again Limp Bizkit. Again, I want Fred Durst's official endorsement. That I don't care about making money anymore with this podcast. I want Fred Durst to come out and say, "Brain Snacks with Jaxon and Max is the greatest podcast ever in the history of podcasts."
Please, Mr. Durst.
Please, Mr. Durst. Please, Mr. Durst.
Right.
Oh, right. Your fake accents are atrocious.
I know it.
I love it. You need to do more often. You just keep going down.
Right. Oh, you like it the way I paint? You like the way I paint? What was that?
Oh, man. I have no idea.
I don't even fucking
You
know.
like it the way it dictates. Dictate. You like the way to dictate. Or dictates, whatever.
You signed this contract, mate.
You signed it.
You signed it
on the blue line.
What?
You sound like you're from London.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Again,
correct. You are correct.
I remember. You. That is correct. So, welcome back to another exciting episode of
Snacks.
Can we make that an air horn sound? That would be awesome. Brain Snacks, like the Ricola commercial.
Ricola.
Okay, hey, there's another sponsor right there.
Yeah.
Brain Snacks with Jaxon and Max, and we are going to sell you on what we are and what we do for the low price of $496, low payments of $69.99. You can be a proud sponsor of Brain Snacks.
The newest edition of Finger Hut has Brain Snacks in it.
Also,
we're going to sell you your toothbrush holder for only 503 payments of 69 cents.
Also, OnlyFans.
Lonely fans.
Ooh. Is that a domain yet?
No, I don't know.
Dude,
I'm sure it is.
Dude,
All right.
Lonely Fans?
Yep.
Can you look that up for us, please, Andrew? Because if it's not, I think we need to buy that domain.
Before this episode release, so some asshat doesn't buy it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So, Lonely Fans, yes.
Lonely fans.
So we want to discuss, or at least I want to discuss.
We want to get closer to you.
Close to you. I want to get close to you.
We want to get closer to you.
I need more time.
Closer to the heart?
Closer to the heart. Yeah. My false set is pretty good, right? He's shaking his head. No.
He's like,
no, they don't have it. Okay. Please make a note. Text it to Dustin right now. Lonely Fans.
Did you actually go and check domain free, check the domain availability, or did you just look up lonelyfans.com?
I just looked it up, but I'll
check because someone might have been bought it and sitting on it.
Because
did a page show up?
if nobody's bought it,
Did any page at all show up, or did it just say nothing?
I'm checking now.
All right.
if nobody owns that domain,
we'll get back with him
we're
on
gonna
that.
buy it and just sit on it.
Hell yeah, we are.
And that's our retirement plan. Boom. Yes. You don't have to be only at lonelyfans.com. Ding. Yes. There's our retirement strategy right there.
You don't have to be lonely. Sorry.
It's farmersonly.com, by the way.
I know, but
also, yeah, we'll take that endorsement
city
too.
folks just don't get it.
And what's funny is that
Are you a city boy?
No.
Country boy.
I think we're both country boys.
We
We don't look it, but I can skin a buck, I can run a trout line,
Mm-hmm.
and all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight.
Crack a cold one with the boy.
So
People don't think I have a schedule, but I do.
we want to sell each
Somebody
other
might
something.
Get that reference.
No,
Earl Dibbles Jr.
Yeah.
Earl Dibbles Jr. Someone out there knows Earl Dibbles freaking Jr.
Squidbillies was my thing, man.
Squidbillies. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. The Cartoon Network, you guys can go watch Adult Swim. No?
Be an adult.
Is taken,
.com is taken?
so you can get
Nah, okay. If it's not the .com, it's not worth
It's almost
it.
pointless.
Lonelyfans.nuts would be great.
Think about all those lonely nuts.
I don't
out
think
there.
.nuts is an option, though.
No.
However, .rocks is available for most.
Lonelyfans.rocks.
Mhm. Yeah.
We changing the definition of what it means to be lonely.
Well, I mean, being a musician is a very lonely life.
For sure. For shizzle.
Because
My nizzle.
your friends, like having close friends is difficult. Because they don't get it.
City folks just
City-
don't get
city
it.
folks.
hot rocks for $13.
I'll look into it post show. Like, please text that. Do the group text that. Yeah. So, I bet this fiddle of gold against your soul. Think I'm better than you.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great example of the devil marketing.
Mm-hmm.
He said Johnny. I said Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I will sell
Do
you
you
this
want
Brain Snacks custom made bust for only 16 easy payments, $29.99.
Not gonna do it, sir.
Oh, but look at it.
Nope.
It's such a good likeness of you.
It
after
really
I
is.
murder you for not buying it.
It really is.
You know, if you were my friend and
What I
supported,
just
if
did
you
is
were my
what you can
friend,
do.
if you were my friend and you really cared about me, then you would support me by buying this.
You're making some mighty big assumptions there, cowboy.
But no, I'm just giving you a prime example
Yeah, no,
of marketing and trying to sell stuff to your friends.
No. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah.
You-
No. Oh, yeah.
That's got to be a great clip.
Oh,
Go ahead
yeah,
and snack.
no,
Go
no, yeah.
that may not be snack
No,
pack
no,
material,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
think
no,
that's
no.
a quality clip right there.
What just happened?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes your brain has spasms, so you just freaking run with it, man.
You know what? It was impressive.
I hope so.
Again,
That's the only reason I did it.
But talk about trying to get your friends and family to support you monetarily by selling them goods and services.
Yeah.
Or even just by selling them an idea.
Yeah, ideas.
How do you feel about the ethics of that?
One more time.
So-
On that, because I was going kind of a different direction with interpersonal.
Okay, well, when I talk about interpersonal, the topic of discussion would be interpersonal marketing. Now, I would interpret that as by marketing something, you're essentially
Are you trying to get? Are you going on the premise that you're not trying to get money, or are you? Are you mean just trying to sell a way of life or an idea?
Well,
or,
you can do you can run the gamut of those because that's all marketing is
Mhm.
is using a persuasive argument to sell goods, services, products, or in this case, like it would be an idea or whatever.
and with your interpersonal, you got the hurdle of like in the example, you've got the hurdle of oh, but I love you, like making connections to
or using existing
using a real premise
yes.
to get you bought into something that is completely unrelated, but it's hard to recognize.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Happening all the time.
yeah.
It happens all the time.
Well,
Minutes.
almost
by minute.
again. How many times? Like interpersonal marketing. I contacted you about. I just mentioned to you. It's like, hey, I think maybe you might be interested in doing a
Maybe you'd be
podcast with
interested
me.
in
Would you like to co-host a podcast with me? And that was me
trying to get me involved in this pyramid scheme, and I'm totally in with it.
pyramid scheme. I'm the only one spending money. I'm kidding.
That's
kidding.
That's a
kidding.
big one though.
Kidding.
Pyramid schemes are a big one.
Yeah,
like
pyramid scheme,
people
right.
use their pretty much their Facebook friends or whatever, like people they went to high school with, and then their family first, but then you move on to friends, and you move on to
Do you even thrive, bro?
friends of friends.
Do you thrive? Do you Cincy at all?
I don't Cincy.
There's I have a great small business opportunity for you, my friend.
Well, it's a good thing I've got absolutely no time for you bullshit.
See, that's the response a lot of people do get. And I don't fault anybody for trying to better their situation, especially since the majority of people that sign up for like these little small business opportunities where you're a branch of like, what is it, Tupperware company or, Avon, cosmetics, whatever, Mary Kay. Again, I've no problem supporting them. And again, where do you have to draw the line ethically with friends and family? And should there be a line? And how do you protect yourself from family that, like, if somebody's trying, like a friend or family member is trying to sell something to you, again, whether it's good services or ideas, if they start crossing that line by trying to leverage your relationship.
Yeah. Well, that's
to
for sure crossing the line.
Well, again, but what if it's something that you're kind of interested in and they're still leveraging that relationship because they went to you because it's easier?
Well, you have to weigh you have to weigh it. Like, is it a good idea? is it honestly a good idea? Like, if this
$1.50, $1.75,
take the love out of it. Take the fact that it's a family member out of it, and try to think about it. If it's something that you're actually interested in, then don't let them stop you from doing it.
Yeah.
Because they're leveraging you. Like, they can be leveraging you, and you can still do it.
Yeah.
But you're coming from a different place.
Trying to sell somebody. Here's a wonderful example. I'm sure you've had a very similar example. Is selling the idea of being a musician. Again, I'm selling the idea of a lifestyle to my family.
Yeah.
It took years to officially get them sold on it.
Mm-hmm. But it's something that it's actually a part of you. It's actually something that you can't, you're either you can, but you're not running away from it.
Yes.
So your persistence is just going to have to be, enough.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, he actually did a good job. He actually made it.
And
he actually did it.
That's what I finally got. That's what I finally got from my family. And understandably so. They were super skeptical when I first told them. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go to college. Again, 17 years old. Because my birthday is in August. So I started school. Technically, I was a year younger than everybody else. I wasn't. It's just the way my birthday fell.
Right.
So I graduated at 17. Which, wasn't terrible. But when I left high school, I was just like, I'm not going to go to college. I want to be a musician. And selling that idea to my family was just like, maybe you should go to college. I'm like, but I don't know what I want. Like, I know kind of what I want to do. Like, I know I want to be an entertainer. I want to be on stage. I want to play music. This is what I want to do. Yeah, but what do you really want to do? You're going to need a real job. And here I am, almost 20 years later. I've been doing this successfully as, my primary source of income, side jobs aside.
Those are neither here nor there, though, because, like, if you wanted the safety and security, it's there.
Yeah.
Like, those are far, and you and I relate on this, so those are far less interesting paths to take.
Yeah.
I know that the job has benefits. I know that I'm getting a regular salary. I know this, that. I know. But when you're able to go into the unknown with a sense of confidence in yourself, like, like we talked about in a previous episode, like, your setbacks are really kind of out of the question because you've already decided you're going to persist. So that's on that. That element of you're trying to sell them, yes, but when it smells like bullshit, it usually is. But when someone is okay with you not being sold on it, that's when It's real.
Yeah.
It's like I'm okay. You're my mother.
You haven't crossed the line into being unethical if you can accept that they don't want to buy what you're selling.
Right. You're doing the right thing for yourself and for them ultimately, because if you live a bitter life, then you're not going to be the best version of yourself to be a good family member, be a good son, be a good husband. You need to do what you know to do.
Yeah.
And whether or not anybody gives you permission or says you can or can't, it really doesn't matter. So you're okay with that.
Yeah. I got you. Okay.
On that.
I like that perspective.
We may have gone.
But I like that perspective because, again, a lot of the problem that I have with what I've seen in marketing and advertising, which is, again, basically selling. Again, the problem that I've seen is the lack of ethics. Like, people aren't registering that it's wrong to be pushing, like, basically gluttony in any form. So you always need more of this, you need more of that, you need more of that, like whether it's food, whether it's, again, products, or whether it's, the pastor at the mega church. And I'm not saying that pastors are bad, just to clarify for anybody that may try to jump to get the triggered conclusion.
That's not what we're talking about.
No, I'm saying that, you have a pastor that wants to push you to put more money in the offering plate.
Of course he does.
But
of course he does.
If that same pastor isn't opening his church during a tornado as a shelter, or post tornado to shelter his flock, well, again, where does the ethical line get crossed? And I don't see enough people talking about it or really asking questions about it, because we are, at least in America, and I think it's safe to say the majority of the globe, it's pretty much capitalist. Like, we are materialistic people.
And a lot of focus on the outside.
Yes. Well, a lot focused on the outside. And, as good as we look on camera, and I'm not saying that physically we look good, I'm saying like the image quality looks good. Because we have, you look great.
Thank you.
I know I look like crap. That's why the hat's on.
You look good.
Well, thank you, buddy. You're so sweet. You see, you just sold me on that. Oh, that's some interpersonal marketing
Well,
right
real.
there. But what I'm saying is that we just get force fed all these images and we're programmed to think that we want things.
We are programmed to think that we want things. That's part of that thing. Like, when someone comes, when another human has some request for you, it doesn't necessarily, first of all, it's kind of, it goes back to that argument of like what you're saying is like the premise of the question. Like, you might have a desire for me to participate, but if the premise is all wrong, or you're unethical, or you're a piece of shit, or your idea just sucks, then it's like, I can, be at peace with, like, I'm not participating in that. But you're programmed to feel like that.
Yes.
Like, it's almost like that idea of like, everybody wants their problems to be your problems too. But usually for nefarious purposes, when it comes to capitalism, because they want you to believe said problem so that you buy into their solution for that problem. Well, that you never really had to begin.
Well, with. let me invent. Yeah, I'm going to invent a problem. Here's a made up problem that I now convinced you that you have, and then I'm going to sell you the solution to it. And we'll talk more about that on a global scale here in another part of this. But to keep it down with the family and friends, I think it's perfectly fine, and I would even encourage it to, whenever you have a new venture or you have a new idea, always run it by your friends and family first.
Yeah.
Especially make sure that you're talking to the ones that aren't just going to baby you and pat you on the back or the top of your head and say, you did so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's my special boy. He's a good, look at him. He's so talented. It's like, you know what? You don't get a participation trophy from me. What you'll get is you know what, man? I watched the podcast and I thought that the production value, it looked great. And this is actually an example of some of the interpersonal marketing that I've done with this prior to us actually releasing. I think you guys, this is the quote, I think you sounded great. I think you looked great. I think that you guys haven't quite found your rhythm yet. And this was the first episode. I think we all agreed on that.
We agreed on that. And it's an accurate feedback.
But we got great feedback from it. And that is what you want from the interpersonal marketing side of things. If you're just trying to get somebody like your friends and family just to give you money because you're lazy and you don't have the balls to actually put yourself out there and actually work at it to get better at whatever you're doing, again, whether it's selling your idea or selling a product, what's the purpose of you trying to manipulate your relationship to, take money out of your friends and family's pocket?
Yeah.
Or, just trying to change their mind because you think that they're wrong-minded. So now you're just going to try to drill this in your beliefs into their head.
It's like the nature of like advice in general, like looking for advice.
Yeah.
Like you should never come to someone with so much resting on their opinion, first of all, whether it's your friend or family or, even a professional. I mean, but you can take their advice if they're worth their salt and they're actually giving you good advice. You can take it and apply it, but you are still continuously moving on that path, regardless of if someone gives you their approval or their money or anything.
Yeah.
In that situation, you didn't accomplish anything by telling me you're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt that.
Yeah.
And like and to some degree, well, it's not an unnatural thing because you want to feel like you've already accomplished something in some way.
Yeah.
But when you first set out, that comes from listening to yourself, listening to that little thread that's like, I'm doing the right thing. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Like and it's so easy to do that.
Yeah.
It's so easy to fall into that, but you have to have somewhat of like a will to be like, yeah, that would be the easy thing, but I'm going to do what I'm going to do the real shit that I know I need to do, regardless. I mean, like, I'm okay with both outcomes. I'm okay with if this thing tanks, but I gave it my absolute best.
Well, I think that if anything, if in that scenario, let's say, we do this, and again, we're going to try for a minimum of 3 years to see what happens.
That's a lot. That's quite a lot of time to be able to actually, by that 3-year mark.
Well, I'm thinking realistically. It takes a while to build a listener base and a viewership, but also, just in the first 4 recording sessions that we've done, this one being the 4th or 5th. I feel like we've already evolved as a podcast or as a show, however you want to describe it. I think we've already evolved a lot in just the little bit of time that we've been doing this. And I kind of, now I'm just intrigued and curious as to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Now, again, how do you bring together your interpersonal marketing, like selling to family, in a positive and productive way that won't hinder or hurt your relationships or, future attempts for, critique, criticism, or opinions in the future?
I'm sorry, I'm kind of being quiet, but I'm just I'm thinking about that.
This topic, especially the interpersonal marketing, it seems pretty straightforward. You shouldn't be just pumping your friends and family for money. Obviously, like you want to support, like me as a person, I would support my friends if I had the finances to. Yeah. Like, so if you were selling Common Rarity shirts, it's like, I don't necessarily, let's say hypothetically, because I do like the band. Come
on, man.
Let's say hypothetically.
It's all cool. I don't really
but let's say hypothetically, I didn't like Common Rarity, but you're my boy. Boom.
Shout outs to Common Rarity.
Yeah, shout outs to Common Rarity. Their originals are awesome. Yeah. Legit. That's not me.
The best is yet to come.
No, seriously, they're really, the stuff that's already out.
The best is yet to come. First album's a lot better. It had a little more heart in it, but we're injecting some heart back into our operations. So stay tuned with Common Rarity if you know Common Rarity, or if you don't.
There will be a link in the show notes to the Common Rarity official.
I want to go somewhere else with this. whenever
you want to divert? We can
get
divert.
around. No, I want to stay on interpersonal marketing.
Yeah.
I just want to take the money aspect out of it, because interpersonal marketing happens on a really small level, where it's like, it could be, let's take, for instance, this is where I want to go, is going to be your religious preference.
Oh, okay. I see that.
Okay. Well, that then leads you here, which leads you here, which leads you to eventually make some kind of, monetary. There's going to be
tithing.
There's going to be money down the road with anything.
if you're going the religious aspect,
or
tithing.
like, we've been going, like, where do you go to your neighbor? Like, where do you guys usually eat out around here? Well, then that's your new favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, and it could be, that's what I mean, the nature of advice. Like, you can take that advice and like be like, yeah, maybe I should go to your church, I might try it out. And and have an open mind, I'm like, okay. And then you go and you're like, it's not really for me. But some people stay on that track because they perceive other people, they overvalue other people's opinions. And that's kind of where that interpersonal, like, where the hiccup is, because if you have to value people, because people are valuable. Yeah. Everyone, I would like to think that if I haven't ever met someone and I don't know anything about them, I don't have any storylines ongoing with them, like, that they have some value to give to me, and I have value to give to them. In order for you to believe that you have value, you have to believe other people have value as well.
I agree.
Basic argument. Yes. So taking their opinions and learning how to use them for yourself, versus just taking opinions as fact or preferences as fact, and then later on kind of getting yourself into holes that you didn't really want to be in, and you got sold something. They weren't necessarily trying to, it's just all they knew.
Yeah.
And that's where I think a lot of people are sheepish in that way. They will
go along to get along.
They will do that. They would do that. And it depends on proximity, I think, a lot of times, and it goes back to my whole argument with travel, my debate with travel. Like, it's not a debate. To me, it's not a debate. To me, traveling and experiencing new people and new cultures, and just on a small level, it doesn't have to be very far to find new things. You don't have to go very far to find new things. But when you find new things, it gives you, logically speaking, for you to be able to evaluate something that's being sold to you, and when I say sold, I'm not just talking about money. We've already established that. Yeah. You're going to have to have something to compare it to. Yeah. And I think a lot of times in the small towns, especially like where I grew up and stuff, and where I'm assuming you may have grown up as well in small towns. Yeah. Like, you have people who prefer a small town lifestyle, which there's a lot of benefits to it. There's a lot of really nice aspects. Quiet, slower pace, a little bit more spacious,
Definitely, I enjoy the space.
Yeah. I enjoy it's one of the things I really like that makes it feel kind of homey to be in the South is the space. Like, you feel like you don't have, because of just landscapes and the way it's actually built out, you don't have as many distractions as you would in a larger city, because you got blinking lights everywhere and there's whatever, bullshit. I mean, it's all cool, but it's preference. But you have a lot of people who actually never leave that small town from birth to death. Yeah. And those people adopt a lot of ideology from the gas station. Yep. Or just, Billy Joe read something, or just it's just, or
the local gossip line.
And you have to empathize, because those people they have value, because they're people, and you have a however many chance of being here in the first place, being a little baby swimmer. So you have value, but that opinion, and logically speaking, if you never leave your said area to actually, and it's not just geographically, it's in your mind. If you never leave that area and that way of thinking, I don't have as much respect for that. Yeah. I get that. Someone who's made their rounds and then's like, you know what? I like a small town. There's a difference there. Yeah. It's more of a solid idea at that point, because that person's actually been able to be like, hey, there's other shit out here. And that might seem like it doesn't relate to marketing, but it really does. Because
it does, because
it arms you in a healthy way to be able to reason without conflict, but just simply reason out when someone's full of shit.
Yeah. If you're more,
or when you're full of shit.
Yeah. Well,
I feel
Well, I
foolish
mean-
a lot of times.
well, I have a,
I kind of feel foolish doing this podcast because I'm like, what the fuck? Does anybody want to hear what I have to say?
well, I do.
Well, I mean,
And again, if nothing else, I mean, at least I get something out of it.
yeah. And I
Hopefully
get,
you
and,
get
and,
something
and I
out of it.
do. I mean, I get.
And Andrew might. I don't know. Dustin might when he's editing this later. And the wife just keeps rolling her eyes. So.
No, like this whole
Yeah.
last bit of the conversation was like,
Testify. Oh yeah. I don't know if we're going to be able to isolate my wife's vocal.
that was a
voice-
good thing.
my wife's
She
voice
said
on
I'm the
that.
only one who left my hometown. Which
she's
that's what I
definitely
feel.
one of the very few that left Grampian, Pennsylvania.
hey now, you don't need to be telling where I live.
You don't live there now.
We're in,
Sorry, she was
what?
saying. She was saying you don't have to tell people where I live. Or, like you don't live there now, honey. It's fine.
cut that part out.
By the way, no, it's fine. We love Grampian, Pennsylvania. We go up there. We hang out with our friends and family all the time. Well, I say all the time, not nearly as often as we'd like to because traveling musicians.
Yeah. But I feel like it's important because even for the family that's left behind in a situation like that, they're not left behind.
Mm.
You've now like that family is kind of expanded in a way. And I think that's pretty cool. Like to have your family, like a lot of people kind of get a little bit scared of the idea of living like a few hours away from their family and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you think about it in either direction, 6 hours is a pretty cool destination.
Well,
So
a lot of people in that with that mindset have been cultivated. That mindset has been cultivated from an early age
from interpersonal marketing
to be codependent. So they were raised on the idea and sold. What you can't even say that they were marketed to. They were just sold on it because they were raised on it from birth. Because somebody in their family drilled it into their head that you can't survive without your family. You can't survive without this or that. And that's like they may have grown up in the most toxic childhood home on the planet, and they would never know it because they'll never get out of it.
Yeah,
and that's what's terrifying. And I'm hoping that
But
a podcast like this or something similar can reach somebody that needs to hear something like that. That's like, you're not stuck just because you're not stuck in your current situation, and you're not stuck just because you've been convinced by somebody, you've been sold a pile of by somebody that this is where you belong.
and neither is the family member that did the drilling. And you have to. That's incestuous. Okay.
And a serious conversation goes right in the gutter. This is awesome. Keep it going. But the family member that was doing the marketing
It's
or
also not
selling the
stuck.
line.
It's also not stuck, but they believe they were. It's almost like you have to trace back, like when did this bull stream start?
Well,
like,
yeah, and how do you break that chain?
It's pretty. I mean, it's not easy, but on a really distilled level, it is pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Just simply by
Baby
be
steps.
curiosity is a way to kill it. Curious, have a curious mind at all times. Like maybe like I've been a Christian my entire life. Well, have you looked into anything else ever? Just from a merely like scientific or like a very distant. Have you had a distant look at
the
Buddhists
dozens of
or
other
Hindus?
religions that are infinitely older?
Yeah, or maybe even just stop. Like, are you secure enough in your religion that you could maybe think like about the origins of religion and population control? Yeah,
That was, oh man, I heard Prince in my head.
control,
Population control. Okay, yeah, be careful. If you sing too on key, dude, we might have that part of the video edited out. I'm just saying.
No, but
I don't know who owns the rights to it, but if it's Sony will cut that. They'll put the kibosh on it quick.
detune that, please.
Dude, that wasn't in key. It's fine.
Okay. That was the best I could do at the time, bro.
Dude, I think Prince is the only one that could hit that consistently.
And he's
man,
the
it's
only
fine.
one who could get into
Yeah.
that snatch too.
Oh, dude had
Of that woman.
Rest in peace, Prince. We love you.
Oh,
Purple Rain for life.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But
I'm
is that a black or is that raspberry you're wearing?
raspberry.
Raspberry.
That's
That's not a beret. That's a.
No,
like
it's black. It's
like an
black. It's
officer.
black, but it's probably just faded in.
I was just kidding. I was trying to make a raspberry beret reference.
Oh no.
Raspberry beret.
No.
Raspberry beret.
Oh my God, dude.
In a second.
Oh, this is what happens when you have podcasts with musicians. We just random lyrics just pop in.
I may have to learn that one.
Poor vocal work from the rhythm section today. Oh man,
Sorry, we're not on it. But yeah, something
interpersonal marketing. I don't know.
Interpersonal mumbo jumbo gumbo.
But no, I think that as an individual with a new idea or a new product, like reaching out to friends and family first is one of the smartest things to do in regards to getting input and helping to form your voice and your product. And again, this is not
It's
just
a good way to test it.
Yes. It's not physical, currency or what have you, but just getting that input and that feedback. It's safer.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
it is, unless your
be
family
safer.
kills all your ideas.
Well, yeah, if your uncle's a real hard ass and hates everything you do, maybe don't send it to him first.
Yeah,
maybe save him to towards the end of the email list.
Well, just if somebody if one of your family members doesn't really appreciate what you're doing ever, then as a general logic move here, you're like, okay, no point in showing him because I actually want to keep my spirit up.
Yeah, I don't. He's already tried to crush my dreams, or she's already tried to crush my dreams
15 times. Yeah. So like, what's 16? Like, I'm gonna actually do this, so I'm not gonna even let that. I'm raising the rent in my mind. You're not able to get in here anymore.
Bitch, raising the rent, mother. You've been evicted, bitch.
For sure. Yeah.
So. He's down. He's down.
I kind of like it down here. Hey,
it's not so bad.
Like,
I prefer it up here. I don't even know how the framing is going now with the cameras. Yeah. Oh, Lemmy was like that.
Yeah. Except for he was giant.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Lemmy, Motorhead. For those of you going, who the f- is Lemmy?
He's a god. That's
who would win in a fight, Lemmy or God?
Yeah. Lemmy is a god.
Lemmy or God? Trick question. Lemmy is God.
Yep.
Airheads, by the way, great movie. Brendan Fraser, Adam Sandler, and Steve Buscemi.
This is where I live, little man.
Bam.
But I can wipe my own ass.
A lot of a lot of the suggestions we're making right now. That's interpersonal marketing. That's us influencing you.
Yeah, go watch Airheads. It was a good movie. I thought it was really good. Probably a shit movie.
So's your face. Okay. Why don't you go watch The Notebook and
cry?
cry?
Watch this right here. I dodged that.
Well played, sir.
Well played, sir.
For those of you listening to the podcast and not actually watching, he actually did dodge.
I did. It went right over there. It stuck to the wall.
Yeah, that bullshit just hit the wall. I'm
going to go pick it off later and shove it down his throat.
Dude.
I'm sorry, man.
What?
Let's hug.
Why are you getting real aggressive over here?
Let's do
you want to hug it out? No.
Let's do a church hug. No. Come on, do a little church hug for me.
Do the COVID hug?
Yeah, come on. Oh.
Social distance hugging?
Hey, speaking of a church hug, you got a Werther's in your pocket?
Werther's? No, that's... Is that a Werther's in your pocket, or you just happy to see me?
Do you know anybody? Like, okay, all right. Like 100% serious.
I got some candy down the
cellar. Do you know of anybody that I would also know that carries around Werther's Originals?
Nope.
All right. Well,
I do know somebody that carries around some peanut butter M&Ms.
Blur that out.
No.
They didn't pay us yet.
They don't have to pay. They could pay me in M&Ms. I'd be happy.
Yeah. Pennies. Come on, give it to me. I want you to pour them.
Yeah, I don't care.
Hey, there's some more.
Is this Hershey?
All right, what was the name of the phobia?
No.
Misophonia.
Misophonia.
If you have mesothelioma, you're not gonna. I'm sorry, I still don't need.
Mesothelioma. Right, pretty sure that's not a phobia.
Mesothelioma is the phobia of eating noises. And if you don't like it, you're not gonna like this right now.
Oh, dude.
I understand.
And Andrew's out. He's tapping out. He's done. Nope. Oh, wait.
Misophonia. I have it, and I am getting over it. It's the phobia of eating noises. So, me doing that. I understand some of you are going to be triggered, but try to get over it.
Again, I don't want to hear somebody chewing with their mouth open.
Oh, no.
My wife absolutely hates the sound of me chewing gum.
I hate the sound of most people chewing gum.
Or eating in general.
Yeah, it's annoying.
I mean, let's face it. My wife honestly just hates me, like, completely.
Uh-oh.
Okay, maybe she doesn't. I hear her in the other room. Hey, no, I don't. Just everything about you. What? I love you, baby. I'm glad she puts up with me. And that's a great example of interpersonal marketing. Is that
you marketed to her? You were like, "Hey, are you from Tennessee?"
I mean, hey, if we're going to talk about interpersonal marketing, we cannot not. And my mother's going to kill me for the double negative there, but we cannot
was
talk
an
about
English teacher. You said
talk about the
intercourse marketing.
I mean, that's dating.
We could go to lunch and talk about
that. I mean,
look,
that is
man.
That's the title. That's the title of this episode. Intercourse marketing.
Yeah, elevator pitch. Let's do some pillow talk.
OnlyFans. This is an OnlyFans Patreon special.
We're gonna have pillow talk on OnlyFans.
I like it.
And
I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got my manties on right now.
I'm gonna record tonight.
Clear it with your girl. I'll clear it with my wife.
No.
Well, I do what I want.
Yeah.
Hey, woman, check the internets. I gotta start up my OnlyFans. Oh my God.
It's for the greater good, right?
We're trying to be a positive influence on the world here. Now take off your britches.
Oh my God. Can you get AIDS through the phone? That's not a better question.
Can't catch it twice. It's
fine. I have AIDS. I am the AIDS of space.
That's a Swedish death metal accent. I got it. You don't actually. Yeah. Okay. It's
a space.
Ace of Spades.
The AIDS of space.
Okay, maybe that should intercourse
actually,
marketing or AIDS of space.
That was actually that. It was kind of weird because that was something that like Marilyn Manson said a while back was "I'm the AIDS of space," and then you said it again, and it made me think about Ace of Spades.
Oh,
it's clicking.
No, Lemmy was what made you think of Ace of Spades because we were just talking about.
You said Ace of Spades. I said AIDS of Space. But I stole that from Marilyn and brought it here.
That's subconscious.
And you said it, and then it changed. That's
subconscious.
And then we went down there. Down that highway. I'm on the highway to hell.
Stop. No.
Less gravel?
Less. No. It's just less songs that the Pygmies play.
Oh. You've heard them too much.
But yeah.
You want to hear one again?
No.
Okay.
Let's not.
All right.
Let's not. You know what? We'll say we did in the podcast. Yeah, we had to cut out. There was like an entire 45-minute musical ensemble that we just did.
Yeah.
That we obviously can't air because it would be banned from YouTube because it was that awesome.
Oh yeah, it was. No. No. Okay.
Wait. In the mic.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Smack it. Okay. So I'm
dropping truth bombs today.
But interpersonal marketing. But back to intercourse marketing. What is interpersonal marketing? But like when you're trying to date somebody, again, it's intercourse marketing. You're trying to sell.
Well, you're trying to sell your
that genital to genital connection.
But you're also like, I have a really good job. I don't go with my mom.
Depending on your culture and depending on your religious beliefs, because some people are not working their mojo to, get in or get some of that or get up on it. And that's okay. And we are not advocating that you just go out and fornicate like rabbits.
I mean, everybody wants to fornicate.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like instinctual.
Who could it be? Satan?
I mean, more like human nature.
Yeah.
Like, go forth and be fruitful.
Right.
Go forth and populate. If we were going to go that route, but like I said, when you're the best, you're always in intercourse marketing, which is such a great title. Intercourse,
right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. I've said it enough times at this point. It's yes.
Yeah, it's not lost.
What is that? What is marketing other than like you're selling the idea of you to somebody?
Yeah. But sometimes the best game is when you don't try to sell it at all.
Well,
you're subconsciously selling it.
My wife and I, when we first started dating, that wasn't even in the cards.
Right.
Again, I wasn't trying to get on that or get some ish, but
subconsciously maybe.
But no, I wasn't.
The truth's coming out.
A lot of people, when marketing to a potential mate in the intercourse world, they'll put up like the best version of themselves, like freshly washed, fresh shaven.
Yeah.
Like best clothes, best shoes they got,
new shirt.
and they will be the most polite they've ever been in their entire life. They'll fall all over themselves to, make somebody think that they're such a great person.
And then you'll see the true colors shining through.
True colors.
This is a good song.
But
I'm trying to take.
I'm
trying to take everyone on a musical journey.
Yeah.
With us through,
I see that
through intercourse
and
marketing.
I don't like it.
Music, intercourse, marketing.
Let's get it on.
Dr. Pepper. Me and you wearing black jackets. We're trying to get up in that.
Oh, should I jack it off?
You could.
Jack it off.
Are you cool with that?
I'm gonna jack it off on camera.
All right, he's cool with that.
Can't believe they're allowing me to jack it off on camera on YouTube.
Oh my god,
this is amazing.
I feel experienced.
Okay.
All right, show me something.
No.
Tell me something. Tell me something, boy. I'm just saying, we're trying to go on a musical journey.
I now sing the male part of that song.
Come on with it.
I don't wanna.
Come on now.
This is the Love Is War podcast.
Don't be shy just because the lights are shining
No,
bright.
I was just talking. I did that song in front of a sold out house at Iron City.
Well,
I don't need to impress you.
Okay, well, this is a lot harder then. We're discovering. Okay. All right, intercourse marketing away from what's happening here. What's happening out there?
Presenting your true self and not the best version of yourself is
difficult to do.
Yes, it is difficult to do. Mm-hmm. Both myself and the Chrissy, we did it by accident because neither of us were looking whenever we actually got together. And because we weren't looking and actively looking to date, it was just like kind of happened. And it was just us being who we were. And I think that's what forged again, we've been together at this point, it'll be 10 years in July.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's a long time.
Yeah. And
that's not in a bad way. But I think the reason that our relationship is so strong is because it started on that foundation of, well, again, accidental, but hey, this is my natural goofy ass self.
Yeah.
And she goes, hey,
it wasn't built on
here's
bullshit.
my natural goofy ass self. And it was just fun.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't built on some persona you made up in a bar, like, hey, let me buy you a drink, or whatever.
There wasn't an illusion. and there wasn't an illusion to shatter later.
I could have it wrong, but did you work
I shattered
together?
all her expectations day one.
Did you work together before you dated?
No.
Like in the band?
Uh-uh.
You guys were a couple the whole way through Gypsy Riot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was about to say that would be even
when we first started dating. When we first met, she hated me and I hated her equally. But I hated her for way different reasons. She hated me legitimately because I was an asshole. But I was an asshole to her because her band opened for my band without my singer letting me know that we were paying them half of our cut.
Ooh, that's tough.
And I had to run sound for them. So I not only
I've had
not only did I get
that.
a pay cut that day, which I couldn't afford, at the time because I was a broke musician, still am, but whatever. I had even less money then. So not only did I get a pay cut, but I had to work more. Hey, we have a special guest in the studio today. The magical and beautiful.
Anything you want to say before you go back?
Duke of Derp himself.
What we catch and we release.
Bye, Kiska. Did you get that moan? I don't know if that moan picked up. Make sure that we scoop that in there. That merp was pretty good.
Hey, yeah, it was.
Yeah. Thank you for picking him up. That was awesome. But no,
thanks for picking me up, man.
Because there wasn't a build up of somebody that we weren't.
Well, you weren't coming from a place of I need it.
Yes.
Or like I need or I need a relationship for XYZ reason.
Exactly.
It just was like a natural thing.
Actually, I was quite the opposite. I was like, I don't need a relationship for X, Y, and Z reasons. And she was very much the same. Like, I will never date a musician
and then you're
for
like,
X, Y, and Z reasons.
Why do you not want one? It's like, well, why do you not want one? And it's like, well, let's do it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at the things that happen naturally in the world, they're usually the best and most beautiful and impressive. Look outside. Fuck a road. You seen a tree?
Yeah, damn it. That was beautiful, man.
I'm sorry, bro.
I love you so
man,
much.
You got the tissues?
I love you so much. No, I'm good. I'm good to go. I'm good to continue.
Hey, now get the tissues out, dude. Come on, man.
I'm good to continue.
All
we have is toilet paper. Who cares?
looks like it's gonna be bounty for those bountiful tears you got. Come on, get one. No, this is actually sparkle because you're sparkling right now.
You can sparkle on the inside too.
No, thank you.
Oh, okay. That's just.
We're trying to do a little bit of primping. Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow, you know how much oil builds up on your skin throughout the day? It's really ridiculous.
I think the key takeaway from interpersonal intercourse marketing.
What is the key takeaway?
Is if you want something real, you want something lasting, don't be fake as fuck.
Yep.
Hashtag.
Be a man. Cry on camera.
Hashtag. I haven't cried in years.
Let me feel that. Is it wet?
I haven't cried in
Nope.
years.
Dry as a bone. You liar. You lying second. You're over here being a hypocrite. Talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to get a Grammy. Emmy.
I'm trying to get a granny.
I'm trying to EGOT.
I'm trying to get a granny.
I'm trying to get EGOT. Okay? I want them all. I'm an actor. I'm an artist. I'm a painter. I mean, I painted that wall right there. Boom. And I'm a musician.
I'm a magician.
Wait.
What?
No. Yeah. Tell me you got that on camera. No, see, if we had the slow motion replay, which we had the ability to do, but we're not going to reshoot that because that would be showing everybody the trick.
Well, it depends on the angle.
That's
They might have
legit.
already saw your trick.
Damn, Blaine,
I
bitch.
saw through your lies. I saw through your bulls.
No, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You're still sitting at the table doing a podcast. So, boom, joke's on you. I still win. I always win. You're not leaving. I slashed your tires. I slashed your tires as soon as you got here.
I said so. You're not leaving.
I pulled the valve stems. You're good.
Okay.
You're not going anywhere.
All right. That's cool. I got a really good buddy outside in a van.
Down by the river.
No, outside your house.
Oh yeah. Dustin's out there.
It's kind of a getaway.
Dustin's out there editing video for his paying job.
Yeah.
Not this joke of a podcast. Which thank you for making sure that your workload was good to go, Andrew. We appreciate it. I mean, yeah, I could do it all. Honestly,
an asshole. You hear him?
Honestly,
yeah. I guess I could do everything, but I'm not going to.
I couldn't do it as good. I couldn't do it as well.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a jackass of all trades.
Hell yeah.
Like master of zero of them.
Yeah.
But, I like to learn.
It's a blessing and
I like
a curse to be that way. I'm that way too.
Yeah, especially when you're a jackass of all trades and you're a perfectionist.
Yeah, right.
Because you I'm good enough to just make it work, and then I have to work out.
And then I've wasted 3 hours doing some meaningless task.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you could have had a professional like Andrew or Dustin do it in half the time or a quarter of the time, or in this case, now that we're set up the way we are with the new rig, I mean, they can have this every episode we shoot today, they could have edited it, all of them within an hour if they wanted.
Right.
So
is that true?
Probably. They're probably still, well, it's probably going to take as long as the episodes are.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to go in and camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 1, camera 2, camera 3.
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
And cut out every time we say something stupid because we only want to put...
we don't want a 2-minute podcast.
What we're doing here really is making somewhat of a reality TV show. We're not really doing a podcast, man.
I mean, if it was reality TV, we covered this already. It would be
cut.
scripted. Hello.
Well,
it is not scripted.
There's a script. And what we're going to do is we're going to have them cut...
It's Adderall, that's a script.
We're going to have them cut our words and make new sentences with them so we sound really smart.
We just downgraded their workload, and now you're trying to septuple their workload.
Do you want to be successful or not?
I hope your back's okay, Andrew, because you're going to be carrying this podcast for a while.
Do you have
the
the
way
pick
he's
of
talking.
destiny?
What?
Do you have the pick of destiny so we can just make it?
Oh, I mean,
I bet if you have it, I swear to God. Okay.
Nope. But I do have that one.
Well, listen, I've got a buddy that can come in and verify this.
Yeah.
Pawn Stars. What is this? Is this a true Maximus Hawk?
Yes, that's custom.
Okay, well, I got a buddy that's actually an expert in Maximus Hawk guitar picks, and he's going to come take a look at it. Some of you will get that reference.
Yeah, it looks legit.
Do you not get that reference?
It looks legit.
Oh, my goodness.
Definitely made in China.
Actually,
so, yeah,
Taiwan.
100% accurate.
Taiwan. Whoever made that did a really good job, but...
it was actually my friend Tony Pierce that did the logo, because this was when I first joined the Pygmies.
I mean, it's a fake.
My workload was over.
Yeah, the logo is great. Like,
well, I mean, we have had counterfeit
fake.
Pygmy merch, which we cracked down that pretty hard.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like 100%?
Oh, yeah. Well, oh yeah.
Like people making it just for themselves, or people making it to sell it?
Like Etsy store selling those shit. And that is a copyrighted name.
Yeah, it is.
Taking money out of my pocket.
That's booze.
Ethics.
When did that happen?
Hey, look, I'm all for bootlegging some music, whatever. But dude, seriously, like merch, I was like, that's my bread and butter.
No.
I gotta get paid.
Yeah, well, I mean, like to me, I don't really think there should be a paywall for listening to music. So that's one of the things about the music business. Kind of a little side road here. One of the things about the music business that I'm not really mad about is that you can access music more freely these days.
Oh yeah,
because I mean,
in a big way.
I feel like I feel like it's a human need in a way.
It's a human right.
Well, it's a human right, but I'm saying it is. I was going to say right, but I think it's necessity to be able to listen to music.
But how?
When people say they're not into music,
this is a conversation for another podcast.
I really think it is.
Like, yes, everybody. I think everybody should be allowed to listen to whatever, whenever. Mm-hmm. Again, I think it's part of being alive and is feeling. And one of the reasons I love being a musician and entertainer is having that connection either with the music or with the audience while I'm performing a song. Whether I wrote it or not is besides the point. Doesn't mean that I can't convey a feeling through my performance.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's just there.
Yeah,
and it's there with you. It's there with them, and that's like,
and that's the connection.
That's
the connection.
That's lightning in a bottle. Yeah. Like that's. But there's also music all around you at all times. You can go there too.
But again, is it fair to listen to all this music for free? And these, the artists that, again, poured their blood, sweat, and tears into writing this song, they don't get compensated.
I get that argument. I really do. But as a musician
now,
and as a creative person, I feel like if you're a creative business head or you're creative enough to have written an album, then obviously you've got your touring, your merch, and then you're back. You're if you're a touring band, you got like your all access passes, things, other ways to make money.
Yeah.
But I feel like it is the way it is. That is the world now. Like whether or not it's or good is whatever. But at this point, we have to accept that, like, now, just like everything else in life, we have to be creative to find new ways to make money.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool because, like, duh, you write music. If you're a musician, you're like, yeah, duh, you write music. Like, it's awesome. And to me, it's like almost, the
evolution of the music industry in the last, again, 10, 15, 20 years. Since the rise of Napster.
Yeah. Lars was right, apparently.
Napster bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Lars knew it was coming, but the thing is, like, it allows people not to have to pay for the music necessarily, like just to listen to it on their device, because I just don't really, I don't know. I'm kind of on both sides of that debate. I mean, I guess because if I wrote an album that got enough traction to actually really roll in a check, then I would be pretty pissed about it. You're probably right. Like if I was Beyonce,
that's where streaming services come into play today. Yeah. And with that, I think we're going to shut this episode down.
All right, fine, shut it down.
We're going to sit here and we're going to talk more about this right after a break from a word from our sponsors. Wait, we don't have any sponsors, do we?
Nicorette.
So yeah, I guess we'll be back. We got gum, dude. I'm jonesing for some nicotine. So yeah, we'll be back with another exciting edition of Brain Snacks with Jaxon and Max.
Yes, we will. After we consume one large pizza and a couple brains. Brains, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah.
Did you subscribe?